Okay, good morning to all of you. Am I clearly audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what we have discussed in the last lecture? Can anyone please write in the chat box what we have discussed in the last session, which was the last topic? I think we have discussed the transmission media, right? In which we have seen its
Yes, ma'am. We are
subtype.
discussing. We were discussing about.
Yes.
We were discussing about cables and routers and different transmission medium, ma'am.
Okay, guided and unguided media. That part we have completed, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's have a quick look on that part. Okay, so in the last session, we have discussed about the transmission media, in which we have seen that it is broadly classified into two types. First is the guided media, and the second one is unguided media. Right? In the guided media, we have seen its subcategories, and in the unguided media, we have seen that it mainly classified into three types, that is, radio waves, microwaves, and we can say the infrared waves. Right? So in the radio waves, in which we have seen the application and its advantage, and in the microwaves we have seen the two microwaves, that is terrestrial microwave transmission and the satellite microwave transmission. After that, we have discussed its advantages and its disadvantages of the terrestrial microwave. Then after, we have discussed what is a satellite microwave communication, how does it work, and then we have discussed the advantages of the satellite microwave communication, as well as the disadvantage. Then we have moved to the infrared, how the infrared waves used for the communication, and then we have seen its characteristics. Now today we will start with the OSI reference model. So first of all, OSI. So OSI stands for Open System Interconnection. This is the full form of the OSI. Well, it is also called as a ISO or OSI reference model. ISO stands for it's an international organization for standardization. So this model was developed by the ISO. That's why it is referred to as ISO or OSI reference model. Right. So this model was developed by ISO in 1984. Right. Nowadays, it is considered as an architectural model. So today we will discuss the OSI reference model. So how, what it describes, what this model says. So first of all, first thing that we can say that it describes how the information, or we can say how the data from a software application in one computer moves through a physical medium, or we can say the transmission medium, to the software application in the another computer. That means how the information transfers from one computer to the another computer, right? The layers which are given here, that plays a very important role for the transmission of data from one device to the another device. And with the help of this layer, this things happens, right? Every layer, each layer in this model has a different functionality, has a different protocol that works on for the transmission of the data from one device, or we can say from one computer to the another computer, right? So mainly this model consists of 7 layers, right? And each layer has its own protocol, each layer has its own network function, right? So we can say that it's a kind of an architectural model, right? So basically we can say this model divides the whole task into 7 parts, or we can say into small 7 different partitions, right, where each layer plays a different role. Now, one thing that we can say that each layer is self-contained. That means every layer, each layer on this model performs their task individually. Every layer has their own different task, and they perform based on, we can say, their own functions, their own protocols which are there within them, right? So first of all, starting with the model, so first of all, from the diagram, if you can see here the 7 layers. So starting from the physical, which is the bottommost layer of the OSI model, so the bottom layer is the physical, then it goes to the data link, network, transport, session, presentation, and application, right? And if we start from the top, then application, presentation, session, transport, network, data link, and the physical layer. Now if you see at the right hand side, the name of unit exchanged between these layers, so you can see here that there are different units which you can see, that application protocol data unit, that is APDU. If it is presentation, that is presentation protocol data unit. Session protocol data unit. Transport protocol data unit, that is TPTU, SPDU, PPDU. If it is a network, then the data unit that we referred for the particular network layer, that is a packet. And for the data link, it is a frame, and for the physical, it is a bit, right? So every layer has their own functionality, has their own protocols to work upon the data which is transmitted from one device to the another device, right? Now, if we consider all these 7 layers, then mainly we can say that this all 7 layers are divided into 2 layers. That is the upper layer, and the second one is the lower layer. Now, let me just open the specific diagram. So as I have said that this diagram, we can say, is divided into 2 sub-layers. That is, the first 4 layer comes under the category of upper layer. That means this part is considered as an upper layer. This is the upper layer. And the second part, that is the lower side of the OSI model, this 3 layers comes under the category of lower layer. Now, how we have why we are dividing this 7 layers into two different part, that is the upper layer and the lower layer. So one thing that we can say, the upper layer, as you can see here, the upper layer of this model mainly deals with the application related issues, right? And they are generally implemented in the software. So one thing we can say, whatever the data that is transmitted from one host to the another host, that first it goes to the application presentation session transport network data link physical, and then again it will go to the physical data link network transport session presentation and application. The same reverse side procedure also take place when it is transmitting the data from one end to the another end. So one thing that should be clear in your mind, that this upper layers is we can say deal with the application related issues. Application related issues, that means we can say the user is closely related with the applications, and generally we can say the upper layer is implemented in the software. Right now, both the end users and the application interact, we can say, with the software applications. So this layer we can say is considered as an upper layer. Next is the lower layer. So we can say that it deals with the data transport issues. We can say the data transmission that take place between the two system, or we can say between the two devices, right? So that part comes under the category of the lower layer, right? So why lower layer we are considering as a data transport? So one thing we can say, that here the network layer, data link layer, and the physical layer, now these three layers have that role that is quite similar, we can say, that deals with the transmission, data transmission issues, right? If we talk about the data link layer, then we can say the data link layer and the physical layer are implemented in the hardware and the software, right? Now if we consider the physical layer, then we can say the physical layer is the lowest layer of the OSI model. So we can say it is closely, we can say it is quite close to the physical medium, and it is mainly responsible for, we can say, the placing the information or the data on the physical medium, right? As you can see here, this is the lowest layer, right? And I have said that it is closely related to the physical medium. So what is the role of the physical layer here? Whatever the data, whatever the information is there, suppose this is some information, right? So this physical layer plays that information in the transmission medium. Now let's say that this is something, a transmission medium which is over here, or we can say any physical medium, right? So the role of the physical layer is to put the data, or to place the data or the information onto the physical medium, so that it can transfers to the another end user, right? So this is the, we can say, any a transmission medium, or we can say it can be a physical medium. Now all this layer has its own different function. If I say about the physical, as I have said, that every layer on the OSI model works differently. Every layer has a different task to perform their operation. So if we consider the physical layer, then we can say it is mainly responsible for placing the data on the physical medium, right? So we can say it provides the physical medium through which the beats are transmitted, or we can say it is mainly responsible for transmitting the individual beats, right? So we can say provides the physical medium. First point, we can say it provides the physical medium. Second thing, we can say mainly responsible for transmitting the individual beats. So this is the main role of the physical layer. Now, if we talk about the data link layer, so data link layer has some different functionality. That is, it has the function like error correction and the error detection. Now, if we talk about the error detection, there are different technique for the error detection that we'll discuss in detail in the chapter that is a data link layer. We have the whole chapter that is a data link layer, right, in which we'll discuss all the functionalities of the data link layer. But in this, we'll just discuss the brief about the data link layer. So what is the role of the data link layer in the whole OSI reference model? So we can say it is mainly responsible for detecting the error which is, we can say, which occurs during the transmission of the data, right? So it is, we can say, it is used for error free transfer of the data, because here the two different error technique is used: error detection and one is error correction, right? For if we talk about the error detection, there are different techniques such as a cyclic redundancy check, that is a CRC. Then the another one is checksum method, which is also used for the error detection. So mainly we can say this layer is responsible for the error free transmission of the data. So we can say responsible for error free transmission. Then the next is network layer. So network layer, we all know that it is somewhat, we can say, makes use of IP addresses, right? So one thing that we can say that it is responsible for moving the data, or we can say, if we talk about any data, then suppose if it is passes to the network, then the term used for that is packet, right? So we can say that it is responsible for moving the packets from the source to the destination. Now let me just explain you in detail. Now suppose, let's say there is one host system. Let's give a name that this is the host A, and the another one is the another system that we take, and let's say this is the host B, right? Now we can say that there are some process that takes place between this two system, right? Now suppose, let's say that if this two system or this two host wants to communicate with each other with any application, let's say let's say that they are using the email for the communication, right? So one thing we can say that if it is a network layer, then what is the role of the network layer for transmitting the data from one host to the another host? That is moving the data, or we can say moving the information from the source point to the destination point. That means here this is the source, this is the source here, and this is the destination. Now, if we are considering the role of the network layer, then for transmitting the data from the source point to the destination point, that part is done, or we can say that part is done by the network layer. Yes. So we can say network layer is mainly responsible for transmitting the data, or we can say for moving the data from the source point to the destination point. So we can say moving packets from source to destination. With the help of the IP address, it can be done, right? But how the application to application data transfer take place? That means how the process to process communication. Let's say that email is running on the PCA, that is running on the run by the host A, and there is one another email application that is run by the host B. So how this process to process communication take place? This is some kind of a process, we can say. So how the process to process communication take place? That can be done by using the transport layer. Transport layer का काम क्या है? What is the role of the transport layer? We can say it provides the reliable message transfer. Whatever the communication that take place between the two devices or between the two hosts, that can be done by using the transport layer. So यहाँ पे one thing that you need to clear in your mind, that नेटवर्क लेयर क्या करता है? फ्रॉम सोर्स टू डेस्टिनेशन तक पहुंचाता है, यानी कि कोई भी अगर डेटा सेंड करना है, सो जैसे ही वो कोई एक होस्ट से निकलता है, देन इट विल रीच टू द डेस्टिनेशन. दैट इज डन बाय द, वी कैन से that is the role of the network layer to move the packets from the source point to the destination point. अब जब destination point तक पहुंच जाता है, तब network layer का काम पूरा हो जाता है. बट वो destination पहुंच के वो जो एप्लीकेशन उसमें चल रही है वहां तक पहुंचाने का काम किसका है? दैट इज द ट्रांसपोर्ट लेयर. सो वी कैन से दैट द रोल ऑफ द ट्रांसपोर्ट लेयर इज टू मूविंग द पैकेट from the source process to the destination process, or we can say it provides the reliable message transfer from end to end, or we can say from process to process. So what the one statement that we can give about the transport layer, that it is mainly responsible for end to end delivery. end to end का मतलब क्या है? कि जो प्रोसेस से डेटा ओरिजिनेट होता है और जो प्रोसेस पे वो डेटा पहुंचना चाहिए, दैट इज वी कैन से दी एंड टू एंड, right? So we can say about the transport layer that it is mainly responsible for end to end delivery, or we can say process to process delivery, right? So we can write here responsible for end to end, or you can use the term process to process delivery. अब प्रोसेस टू प्रोसेस डिलीवरी समझ में आया कैसे? और सोर्स टू डेस्टिनेशन पहुंचाने का काम भी अलग लेयर का है. प्रोसेस टू प्रोसेस पैकेट पहुंचाने का काम भी अलग लेयर काम करता है. सो यहां तक क्लियर है कि नेटवर्क और ट्रांसपोर्ट लेयर का काम सेम नहीं है. डोंट कंफ्यूज बिटवीन दिस टू लेयर, राइट? दोनों काम तो सिमिलर ही करता है, बट एक क्या करता है? वन इज डूइंग फॉर ट्रांसमिटिंग द पैकेट फ्रॉम the source host to the destination host, and what the other is doing, transmitting the packet from one process to the another process, right? So here the process to process delivery takes place, not the source to destination, right? So that thing you need to clear in your mind. Or let me just write about the network layer also. Responsible for moving the packets from source to destination. This S is for source and this D for destination. So I'm not writing the whole term. So it is responsible for moving the packets from source to the destination, right? Now we know all the functionalities, or we can say the characteristics of all these four layers. Now moving to the session layer. So session layer, from the name itself we can easily identify कि session layer है तो मतलब कोई session establish करना या फिर कोई session को terminate करना, ऐसा ही कुछ काम होगा, right? So we can say it is used to establish, manage and terminate the session, right? Whatever the for communication, obviously we need to establish the connection. There should be some kind of a connection between the two devices, then and then only the communication take place, right? So what is the role of the session layer here? It is used to establish the connection, manage the connection, as well as need to terminate the session as and when the communication is over between the two devices, right? So we can say responsible for establishing the connection, so we can write like this way, that used, it is responsible for establishing the connection, then manages the connection and terminate the session, or we can say the connection which is established. Right, so session layer, what it is mainly responsible for, that for any communication between the devices on the network, we need to have some connection between them, right? So for establishing the connection, we need some layer that establish the connection between the devices, and for that session layer is responsible. So session layer, what is the role of the session layer here? Whenever the communication take place between the devices, it establish the connection, as well as it also manages and terminate the connection as and when the communication is over between the devices. So this is the role of the session layer here. Next is the presentation layer. So if I talk about the presentation, then one thing that is very important here, that it is mainly responsible for translation, or we can say for the encryption of the data, right? Sometimes we require to encrypt the data, whatever the data that is provided by the user, that that is very difficult to process. So that's why we need to translate the data, and sometimes we need to encrypt the data to transmit the data securely to the another device, right? So presentation layer is mainly responsible for the translation and the encryption of the data. And the topmost layer of the OSI model, that is application. So this layer, we can say it is quite closer to the user, right? This layer provides the services to the user. So whenever the if any user are providing some data, then it is directly interacting with the application, right? And at that time the application plays a very important role. So we can say this layer is closest to the user, close to the user. And provides services. Right, so these are the different role of all these 7 layers of the OSI reference model. Now we'll discuss in detail that how the data is transmitted from one layer to the another layer, right? ये तो सिर्फ एक ओवरव्यू हुआ पूरे OSI reference model का. यहाँ पे तो सिर्फ हमने we have just seen the role of each layer on the of the OSI reference model. We have seen what is the role of the physical, what is the role of the data link, what is the role of network, transport, session, presentation, and application. We have just seen the brief role of all the layers of the OSI reference model. Now we'll see in detail that how the data is transmitted from one layer to the another layer. What is the form of the data? How the transmission take place from one end to the another end by using this different layers of the OSI, right? So up to this, everything is clear. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Just let me know in the chat box. If there is no doubt, then you can write it is clear. Waiting for more responses. I can see here only 10 to 12 students has just responded out of 55. What about others? Okay, good. Ik ma'am. Yes, that's we are going to discuss. That's what I said, that how the data transmitted from one layer to the another layer. That is our next topic, right? That's what I said. This is just a brief intro of all the layers of the OSI model. If you have a doubt up till now, you can ask me right now. This is just a brief intro of what is the role of each layer of the OSI reference model.
Ma'am,
Yes?
ma'am, can you please repeat for the application layer?
Yes. Okay, no problem. So if you see the application layer, so as you know, as you can see from the diagram itself, so you can see here that this layer comes under the category of the upper layer, right? Second thing that we can see about the application layer, that it is the topmost layer of the OSI reference model, right? So whatever the communication that take place between the two different hosts, that can be done by using the application, some kind of application that is used by one host and some another application that is used by the another host, right? So whenever any data that is provided, that is, we can say, if any information is given by the user, so first of all it will give by the use of application, right? We can say ki, uh, they take help of the application and give their data, or we can say request for some data, right? So we can say the application that we are using, that is quite similar, we can say quite close to the user, right? So application, with the help of the application only, the data can be transmitted from the different layer. So first of all, if the user has requested for any data, so how it will request to the different host? So with the help of the application, right, first of all it will provide the data to the application. Now application will process that data, then it will go to the presentation layer, right? Whatever the data is requested by user A, first of all it will give the request to any application, application will process, then it will send the data to the presentation, then it will go to the session, transport, network, data link, and physical. Now again, now let's say that again if it wants to go to another user, the same thing will be happen. If you see the diagram of the PPT, then you can see here, this is the host A, this is the host A, right? So whenever the user is providing some data or requesting for any data, then first of all it will just come in the contact with the application, right? It will come with the contact with the application, then application will send the data to all these layers, then again it wants to reach at the another host, right? So same process will be done, but in the reverse side, right? And the reverse side, the physical layer will process that beat, and then it will go to the another host, जो दूसरा host होगा, the another host will be there, that also we can say process some passes all the data with all 7 different layers. So first of all the information will go to the physical, then it will go to the data link, network, transport, session, presentation, and application, because at one side there is also all the layers. Oh, here my pen doesn't work, let me just take this pen. Here at the user A, there is one system which is running, and there is another system running on the host B, right? So this is the host A, this is the host B. Now all this we can say, both these systems are using this OSI reference model for transmitting the data, right? But whenever the user A is requesting for any data, then first of all it needs to come in contact with the application they are using, right? Let's say that if the user A is wants to communicate with the user B with the email, right? Through the email they wants to communicate. So what happens in that case? They need to come in contact with the email application, right? Are you getting my point, how it is close to the user, Mohammed?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So first of
Yes,
all,
ma'am.
user A needs to come in contact with the email application, Right now, with this application, the data are processed and then it will go to the different layer. Now when it reach to the physical layer, what the physical layer will do, physical layer will identify that this data is for whom, right, is for which host. So what, as and when it will identify the host, it will send the data to the physical layer of the different of the host B. That is, physical layer identifies that this data the user has sent is for host B. So it will identify the address of the host B and send the data of the send the data to the host B of the physical layer. So it also works on all the 7 layers. Host B also has all the 7 layers to receive that data from the host A. But now the process is somewhat reverse. As and when the data reaches to the physical, it will go to the physical layer of the host B. Now from the physical layer, it will go to the data link, to the network, to the transport, to the session, to the presentation, and to the application. So whatever the communication take place between the two hosts with the help of the email application, that can be done by using this 7 layers only. Right, so you can see here at the host A, there are also 7 layers that takes place for transmitting the data, and at the same time, to receive the data from the user A, this 7 layer plays a very important role, right, but in the reverse form. And this side, this is in the forward, but here, as you can see, the arrows are given in both the direction. That means if user B wants to respond back to the user A, then the same process will take place. Right here, the application, whatever the data that is provided by the user B, first of all, user B needs to come in contact with the application. Then application will send the data to presentation, to session, to transport, network, data link, physical. And from the physical layer, the host B will transmit the data to the host A of the physical layer, and the physical layer will send the data to data link, network, transport, session, presentation, and application. Right, so it's a kind of two-way communication. That's why the arrow given here between the different layers are bidirectional. Right, because if the user B wants to respond back to the user A, then the same thing needs to be followed which was followed by the host A. Right, so now is it clear to all of you? Yes, Mohammed? Okay, very good. Okay, so now moving to the next point, how the data is transmitted from the physical layer. What are the different functionalities of the physical layer? This OSR reference model is very, very important to understand the further concepts. Right, if you have any doubt, please ask me right now. If you are not clear with this layer, you will not get the anything, because whatever the chapters that you have in the syllabus, the whole chapters are there. If you see the transport, then you have a whole chapter of transport layer, you have a whole chapter of data link layer, right, you have a whole chapter of the application layer. So if you are not getting the minor things, then please ask me. Okay, so now moving to the physical layer, as I'm covering the minor details, so still if you are facing some issue, then ask me. Okay, so now starting with the physical layer. This diagram is also very important. It shows the responsibility of the transport layer and the network layer. Let me just write over here that this is network and this is process to process is there. So it is a transport. Right, now moving to the next. So first is physical layer. Starting with the bottommost layer of the OSR reference model. Now, if I say about the physical layer, so first of all, we need to understand the basic functionality of the physical layer. If somebody asks that what is the role of the physical layer in the OSI reference model, so what should be our first statement? So first thing we need to clear in the mind that the main functionality of the physical layer, that it works on the bits. If you consider this diagram, then you can see here the bits, right? So first of all, you need to say that it is mainly responsible for transmitting the beat from one node to the another node. Right now, if I say what is node, madam, node क्या है? ये node तो आपने नहीं बोला. So node मतलब we can say the devices which are connected with each other on one network, that we are considering that we can, in the networking term, we can say it is a node. Right now, let's say that if in a network there is one computer, one laptop, one printer, one mobile phone, right? So all these devices are connected with each other, and they are communicating with each other in the same network, right? So these devices are considered as a node. So what the physical layer do here, it is, we can say it is mainly responsible for transmitting the individual beats from one node to the another node. That is the role, the first statement that we can say about the physical layer. Second is the is, we can say it is the lowest layer of the OSI model. If you want to give the first statement, then you can also say that first of all, this is the lowest layer of the OSI reference model. It is mainly responsible for transmitting the individual beats from one node to the another node, right? And the second thing, the main thing that we can say, that it is very close to the physical medium, right? Whatever the physical medium that we are using, that is, the physical layer is very close about, right? Now let's say if the communication take place between the two system, that is, one is laptop and one is the computer, right? So physical layer is aware of all this two physical devices that they are communicating with each other, right? So we can say it maintains, it establish the connection between the two physical devices, right? So for physical connection establishment, the physical layer is responsible, right? And it also awares about the electrical and the mechanical procedure that take place between the two devices. So this is the, we can say these are some points that you can thoroughly say about the physical layer. Now what are the functions? If I talk about the function, the first is, I can say that line configuration. Line configuration, that means we can say that how two or the more devices are connected with each other, which transmission they are, which transmission medium they are using. Now let's say if there is a laptop, one is computer and one is the mobile phone, right? So how they are connected, how they are connected with each other, what kind of transmission medium they are using, right? So that is, we can say that that responsibility is taken care by the physical layer. Then the another one, I can say it's the transmission medium. Let me just write all the functions. So first I have said that is line configuration. The second is, we can say, data transmission. That means whatever the data transmission that take place between the two devices, what kind of transmission mode they are using. Transmission, I hope you understand, we have already discussed that whether it is a simplex mode, whether it is a half duplex mode, or whether it is a full duplex mode, right? So it says about the transmission mode, that what kind of transmission mode they are using. So the second is, we can say, the data transmission, where it defines what kind of transmission mode they are using for transmitting the data, right? The third is, we can say, the topology. Now how we can say the topology का physical layer से क्या मतलब है? So one thing we can say, it also says that how the arrangement of the computer take place on the network, how the computers are arranged on the network, right? Or we can say how the nodes are arranged on the network, and that we can say from that we can easily define the topology in the physical layer, right? So these are the different functions of the physical layer. The first we can say it is the lowest layer of the OSI reference model. Second point, we can say it is mainly responsible for transmitting the beat, or we can say for transmitting the beat from one node to the another node, right? So let me just write the key point: lowest layer. Then we can say individual beat transfer. I'm just writing the keywords. From the keywords, I think you can able to make the sentence, right? So individual data beat transfer, individual beat transfer. Then next is how the physical connection takes place between the different devices. So we can say responsible for physical connection. And close to the physical medium. So these are the points that we can see about the physical layer. Now, if you want to remember the diagram, then you can just remember in that way that whatever the data comes from the data link layer. Now, let's say this is the data link layer. This is the data link layer, and this is, let's say, the physical layer. At the another side also, for the host B, there is a data link layer, and the another is, let's say, the physical layer, right? So whatever the data that comes from the data link layer, that goes to the physical layer, and where the transmission take place in the form of bits, you can write here bits, and this is some transmission medium that is used for transmitting the beat from one host to the another host. So this is the simple diagram that you can, if you want to remember that how the transmission take place, right? So here the first thing is the data, or we can say whatever the data that comes from the data link layer, that it will go to the physical medium, and the physical medium is responsible for the transmission of the individual beats from one host to the another host, right? And then it will go to the transmission medium. Obviously there is two hosts, so they are using some transmission medium for transmitting the data, right? So first of all it will go to the transmission medium, and then it will go to the physical layer of the host B, and then it will go to the data link layer. So this is just a scenario of the physical layer only. This is for host A and this is for host B. Now, the next is data link layer. Okay, I think we have to cover this layer in the next session. Otherwise, I will not able to complete it because it has also some functionalities that we need to discuss in detail. Okay, so everything is clear up till now. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Clear with the physical layer? Okay, good. Okay, so it's time for attendance. Okay, AI1. If you are unable to speak, write in the chat box. AI1, 2,
Present, ma'am.
3, 4,
Yes, ma'am.
5,
Yes, ma'am.
6, 7,
Present, ma'am.
8,
Present, ma'am.
10,
Present, ma'am.
12,
Present, ma'am.
13,
Present, ma'am.
15,
Present, ma'am.
17, 18, 19,
Present, ma'am.
20,
Present, ma'am.
21,
Present, ma'am.
22,
Present, ma'am.
23, 24,
Present, ma'am.
25,
Ma'am, 23 present.
okay, 25, 26, 27,
Yes, ma'am.
28,
Ma'am,
Present, ma'am.
27.
27, present,
Yes, ma'am, 27.
28 present, 29,
Present, ma'am.
31,
Yes, ma'am.
32, 33, 34,
Present, ma'am.
35, 36,
Present, ma'am.
37, 38,
Present, ma'am.
39, 40,
Present.
43, 45,
Present, ma'am.
Ma'am, AI 18.
AI 18, okay, 45, 25 is already marked as present if you see on the screen. 45 is absent. 46,
Yes, ma'am.
40, 47, 48,
Present, ma'am.
49,
Present, ma'am.
50, 51, 52, 53,
52. Present, ma'am.
54, 55,
Present, ma'am.
56,
Yes, ma'am.
58,
Present, ma'am.
59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 61 present, okay, 64, 65, 66, 67,
Present, ma'am.
68, 69 present, 71, 73, D2D1,
Sorry, ma'am.
2, D2D2, 64 present, okay. D2D3,
Present, ma'am.
4,
Present, ma'am.
5, 6.
Present, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. 6.
Okay.
Ma'am.
Check this
Ma'am,
numbers.
A1.
Ma'am.
AI one. Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Ma'am,
Screen.
D2D2 present.
Okay. Okay. Check these numbers if I have mistakenly marked you as absent. AI 35 is present. Krunal, check the screen. 64 is present.
Ma'am, AI
45
32 present.
Okay. AI 45 is present.
73.
73 is also present.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you all of you. You may leave this session. Big data students, pay attention. One, big data one. Two,
Yes, ma'am.
three,
Yes,
four,
ma'am.
5,
Present, ma'am.
Present, ma'am.
7, 8, 9,
Present, ma'am.
10, 11, 12, 13.
13 present, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so 5 students are absent from big data.
12 present, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so thank you all of you. You may leave the session.